What's up,
doing?
Nate? I'm good. How are
Oh
you?
man, I'm good. I'm good. I'm so glad you're online. We're getting the others online.
Thank you, Daniel, for your time. Appreciate it. Just
No, thank you for having me.
work on some class project here.
So I'm gonna start off by asking you a couple questions, and then I'm hand it off to my classmate. Okay?
Yeah, for sure. No worries.
Excellent, excellent. So the first question is, how would you identify yourself and your artistry?
I identify myself as a writer, director, producer, editor. I'm just a writer, director, mainly a storyteller overall. When I have a good story that comes to me, I like to write it out. And if I can see it visually in my head, I like to expand on that and film it if I can, or at least get the whole story, completed. And even if I have to put it on a shelf for a time being, I always like to bring it back. Just things like that. But that's what I do.
You're living in LA. You're doing the things that we want to be able to do. You're surviving and you're able to pay the rent. Can you tell us a little bit why you have decided to stay here and how you're able to survive and thrive?
Well, I thrive and survive by the grace of God. I'm gonna say that first and foremost. But I've been blessed. I've been blessed through the military. I've been able to, get certain perks and things like that that's helped me financially stable, I guess, a little bit. Also, LA, I know what my dream is, and I know LA is the best place for me to pursue that and make things happen, which is becoming a great filmmaker and storyteller. And I feel like LA is probably the best place for me personally to succeed and to thrive and find my way till I get to that place.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. I like that.
Thank you.
What question all right, classmate, what you got?
Oh yeah. First of all, thank you, Daniel, for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Work on some class project here. So I guess my question is, as a writer, what is your inspiration? Where does what inspires you? And
That's a good question. Yeah, no. So to find a story, inspiration just comes from life itself, just different experiences throughout life. And I'm a person that likes to connect different things together. So I'll have an experience here in one place, then another place, and then I'll think, how can I combine these two and make a decent story? And sometimes I'll just have a concept, but I won't have anything else. So I'll just kind of hold on to that concept, let it marinate, and then just see as life progresses what ways I can pursue it and things like that. DeVante, you late.
Nah, it wouldn't let me in. I'm moderating, so I couldn't join or something. I didn't know, so I couldn't get in.
We got you now, bro.
Yeah, you're locked in now, bro.
It's nice to meet you, man. I heard a lot about you, a lot of great things.
Man, I appreciate you, dog. No, that's the homie. But yeah, that's what I was saying. As far as inspiration goes, it's really just, and I know my family is a really big inspiration to me, as well as, the people who've been my support system since day one that saw something in me and, just knew I could do something before I even knew I could do something. So I kind of just do it. I kind of just put them on my shoulders and keep moving forward, the best way I can. So those are where my inspirations lie.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Daniel,
Excellent.
How do you go about balancing your personal life and your professional career?
It's not easy because there's a lot of stuff that goes on and I get really busy. And I have 2 jobs right now, just hustling, right? And then I'm trying to, do what I got to do and have a good time. But at the end of the day, right now, priority wise, filming and just succeeding in my life is where I'm at. So that's where I try to stay focused. Sometimes I feel like you have to give yourself time in a day to just boost and relax as well. But you have to keep that same mentality, that hustle mentality, especially in a city like this, as far as, filmmaking and just finding your way in the door. So, it balances itself as it needs to, right? As I need it, I guess is the best way I can say it, based on what I need as a person and throughout life as it comes. So I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah.
You've done at least 5 short films so far that we can tell, and you've won some awards as well. What would you say to people who kind of want to do those same things? What are some of those hurdles that they need to watch out for, and how did you succeed in doing those?
All right, that's 4 questions. So I'm gonna answer some, but I'm gonna ask you for some more. No, it's fine. For people who want to do it, I would just say do it. I would say get a bunch of people who are like-minded and really understand what it takes to make a project like in general, and just do it. There's going to be hurdles as far as things that come up in pre-production that you don't plan for and you don't see. There's going to be things that just come randomly, right? You have to learn how to adapt and to overcome and just keep the vision and that mentality of completion done, and keep the people close to you that you know you like to work with, because they're going to be the ones you look to when even you're doubting yourself, and you can kind of lean on them a little bit for that support. I feel like it's a real give and take with the team you choose. So you want to choose the right team of people you can get along with and work well with as far as that goes. And then what was the other question?
Some of those hurdles.
Yeah. Some hurdles I've had where there were times where I would want to film some things, but I couldn't because of certain things that would come up and I would have to cancel. And there's certain doubts you have to overcome as well, because you see it, but you don't know if everybody will see it the way you do, or sometimes you might think it's not as good as it is or something like that. So there's internal hurdles you have to just push through and overcome by just believing in yourself and just never giving up and moving forward regardless. I feel like just getting the job done is what's important. You know what I mean? So it'll be good. You just got to believe in yourself and just trust that. Just trust the vision you have and the script you have and things like that. Yeah.
If I may, so if we talk about the beginnings, and there are a lot of us who just getting started. How do you get started, and how do you come to the position you are today?
What can you elaborate when you say how do I get started? As far as what?
Like, how do you get started in the industry? I mean, in the movie industry, what was your kind of first major stepstone that you think that, okay, I'm here right now?
Yeah, well, outside of just hustling and having that mentality, connections really took me a good ways too. There's been people in my corner who kind of had these opportunities, and I was at the top of their list, and they'd given me these opportunities to network and to work with other people who are, making these big feature films. And that's been a real blessing to me. So connections and just, staying humble and staying hungry for it too. So that's how it was for me.
Dealing with this strike, what have you been doing to try to stay busy when there's really nothing going on? Like, you write, you read scripts, what do you do to stay busy?
All the above. So I'm writing two projects right now. I'm writing a short film. I just got put on as a director for another short film. DeVante, I was actually going to hit you up about that later. But and I'm also writing a feature film. So I'm trying to keep myself active and keep that muscle strong as far as the writer. And just, do whatever I can, getting gigs however I can, wherever I can, and just, moving forward.
Speaking about the strike, now that they have a tentative agreement with the producers, what opportunities does that have for you?
I'm not too sure. It's just, I thought it was the WGA, if I'm not mistaken, that has
WGA.
The agreements, right? So, I mean, I'm just looking forward to getting my foot into a writer's room or something now that those are open. And just, if I can get some scripts into some festivals and get the right attention on it, that could open up some doors. So there's always an angle to navigate based on the circumstances that we deal with as film people, so you just have to find that angle and go for it.
As of right now, are you a part of any of those unions? And if not, are you thinking about joining some of them?
At this moment, I'm not, but I'm thinking I would like to join when the time is right, the WGA and the Directors Guild of America. Those are the top two that I'm looking forward to being a part of. We know when God allow it.
I like it. Okay. Can you talk about some of those things that you've worked on, like outside of the school? Like, I know that a lot of our projects, kind of like Ryan Coogler, they start at the school, right? And that's how a lot of us get our start. What about some of those projects that you've worked and collaborated with outside of Los Angeles Film School?
Yeah, there's one I'm really proud of called The Game, and it's about God and the devil playing a chess game for a soul on earth. That was the longest film I've done, production wise, overall duration time wise of the film. And that was the one I think that taught me the most of myself as a filmmaker. And it was also the kind of film that once I completed it, I kind of looked at what it was to be a filmmaker and just realized, like, I really can do this. You know what I mean? Once I completed, that was the project that I really enjoyed. because it took a lot of hurdles. There was a lot of hurdles. There was a few there were a lot of production days where we had to postpone because of certain circumstances. So I was glad that we were able to complete it with the same crew, and we didn't have really crazy issues that had to stop us dead in our tracks. You know what I mean? So it was a great experience.
What you got, Lasha?
I guess my question is, what is it that you enjoy most about your job or your role as a director? What is it like that passion that drives you?
I enjoy all of it. First of all, I enjoy all of it from the beginning to the end, pre-production, the post, every part of it. I enjoy it. It's just, I don't know. It's a passion for me. When I was younger, I always just watched a bunch of movies. Like, I mean, I would stay up till the crack of dawn into the next day just enjoying films. And then when I finally realized that's what I wanted to do in my life, that there was nothing to stop me. So
you have like an example favorite story that, you know, it's kind of, yeah, it clicks on, you remember that's out there from your project? Like, do you have your favorite story or example from your, you know, as a director or as a producer that it kind of resonates with you?
I'm not sure of a story. I say what really pushed me over the edge was I had a dream about a film that to me, when I was still in the military, and I don't want to say what the dream is because I want to make it a movie, but once I had it, I just knew everything just aligned for me, and it was just only a matter of time for me, and I just want to, once I get it done, I'm going to tell everybody, like, hey, this is my dream, I made it happen.
All right.
So I'm just waiting for that moment, but that's what's pushing me in my passion. So
it's more about like the process itself, that you just enjoy the process.
Yeah, I enjoy all of it. Really, I do.
All right.
You know, one of the jobs that I first observed you in was working, and you was able to help the students like learn different tasks. I remember, I think it was the first time I met you. We were filming, and you were able to kind of help and guide us through. How important is that for you to be a part of young filmmakers' journeys?
It's pretty important to me. Because there's a lot of things that I don't know that even the younger people are teaching me, the younger filmmakers. So I feel like it's a real give and take as far as information and knowledge on sets and just in general. So being able to help the people coming up and learning for them at the same time is just a blessing to me. So it's very important. It's very important.
Do you have any incidents where you kind of had that moment where, hey, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing when it came to one of those experiences with the younger filmmakers?
Yes, I think it was, I don't know if it was, okay, so it was one of those times where there was a younger filmmaker and I was observing, and it was one of those moments where they were doing a lot of things incorrectly to my opinion and views, but looking back on it from an outside perspective, I can kind of like navigate, like, okay, if they ask for it, because there's some times where I can't just go out of my way to assist them. So it was just being able to just navigate and pinpoint all the things, like, okay, I can help them with this, maybe I can help them figure out that. And the third, and I kind of just step back, like, yeah, I think I got this. So, but yeah, that's what it was.
You know, can I pivot just a little bit and ask just a little bit about like some LA specific stuff?
Yeah,
like,
please.
Like, what do you like about being in LA? I'll give you a little bit example. So here, I feel like we are in like the best part of the world. I hate being away from Los Angeles more than about 4 days. Around the fourth day, I'm like, hey, I'm ready to go back. I miss our sunlight. I miss our cool weather. I like being able to walk just one block down the street to the grocery store. I like being able to go just 2 blocks up to the gym. I love the convenience. I love the way that we have studios everywhere and numerous amount of people who will collaborate with you on any given project. All you got to do is just talk to them about it. What are those things for LA that keeps you here that you absolutely love?
It's really just that filming environment. And all the people I collaborate with are already here, so I wouldn't want to go anywhere else to film with other people. I have my team. Even DeVante knows I have my team, so I just like staying in that environment. And then after I get good and settled, man, I'm going to go to San Diego and retire. But as of now, LA's, yes, sir. But as of now, Los Angeles is definitely a good place of business and hustle and, chasing that dream. So that's why I enjoy it.
Okay, I'm going to ask one more question, then I'm gonna go back to my classmate here to ask you a few more. We only got like a few more minutes before we start winding down here, but I do want to ask you this question because you are a veteran, and I would be remiss if I leave this conversation without discussing your contribution to our nation. Thank you for the work that you've done and in the military. And how do you feel that that has prepared you for the industry that you're now part of?
First, let me say thank you also for serving. I know it's not easy stepping away from your family to do what you got to do. So back to you. But for the military, it taught me discipline. That stayed with me. Then there's a couple other things too. Hard work ethic, learning different kinds of people and being able to understand different kind of people and how to speak to people in a certain way without crossing any lines and stuff like that. And I don't know, I learned a lot about myself as well as a person and, why I'm here on this earth type stuff. So that's a lot. Military has really helped me a lot. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve. I'm not going back though. I'm done. That's it. That was it. 4 years was it. I ain't going back. Don't ask me nothing. Back. Straight up. I'll get it tatted.
Yeah. Okay, I feel you. What you got, classmate?
So, I just wanted to follow up on the question I asked earlier. Like you mentioned that, motivation, aspiration, believing yourself as a creator is kind of a major driver for you. But also like for somebody who is just looking to break in the movie and, being a director, producer, is there any specific skills or qualifications they should, learn or look out to watch out for that it's going to be important? Like from your experience, what is it,
I would say
there is
planning is a big thing to learn how to do, just planning, because there's a lot of people involved when it comes to making a film. Communication skills is important, making sure everybody's on the same page, understanding what they're there for and why they're there and what they're supposed to do while they're there. Mm-hmm. Those are a couple big things. Like I was saying earlier, learn how to adapt because things will come over as you progress. So knowing how to bounce off of a problem to a solution, problem solving is very important skill, I think, to learn how to do. And being tenacious, just being very active, just not stopping. You know what I mean? Even when just, just very, yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. Those are the things that I've been using to help me, stay on my tasks. So.
And one thing you said, networking, right? Just
networking. Yeah, networking as well. And if you get any gigs, take them. If you get a gig come up, take it. Because somebody else will fill that spot quick, but you want it to be you. So don't hesitate. Unless something, of course, is important coming up. But if you just sitting around, then you might as well do something.
So would you say like that even if the gig is not that attractive, just take it? If you're starting up, just take who knows like what opportunity is gonna bring up, right?
Right. You never know who you meet. You never know. You can talk to the director and they can like you. You're just a PA, and the next thing you know, he's networking you with other people, and that's just how the industry goes. Networking is more than half of the industry, in my opinion. So,
right.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that networking. I'm finding that, there is no job or employment without networking. There are tons of people qualified to do exactly what you can do, but the greater exposure that you have with the people who are going to employ you, the greater the chance, greater the opportunity that you will have for that position. So like I said, we are kind of wrapping it up the last couple of minutes here. So what would you want to be said about you at this time? If I'm looking for a person of your skill set, what is that you have that you want to offer to an employer?
I would say I'm hardworking. I'm very cooperative, communicative. I keep a positive energy around. I like to stay positive. I'm a very glass half full kind of person. And, I'm ready to work. Just give me that shot. I say, I'm here. Bring it on.
Can you specify it a little bit? What exactly would you want to do? What do you want to be known as a subject matter expert for?
Writer, director, filmmaker, storyteller.
You want to be hired to write something, or you want to be hired to work on something that's already written?
I want
if we can specify it.
Yeah, my fault. I misunderstood your question. I would like to be hired as a writer and director. I would like somebody to give me that chance at the end of the day and just say, hey, I believe in you as a writer and a filmmaker. Here's your shot.
Here's your shot.
Something like that.
All right,
Here's
give me
your
the pitch. Give me the pitch. All
you
right,
want a
help
pitch?
us, mentor. You are a mentor at this moment. Give us the pitch.
The pitch of, I can give you a pitch of my feature. You want that one?
Okay.
Okay, so my feature film that I'm working on currently is pretty much a college son who builds a time machine to go into the future to bring back the cure for cancer to save his mother. Log line, bam. That's what I'm working on. Sci-fi drama. Sci-fi drama, indeed. So, I don't know.
Will it be mostly in the future? Will that drama take place more in the future of the adventure or more in the present where they're suffering? More
present day where they're suffering.
Okay.
Just glimpses of the future hidden here and there. Just here and there, future glimpses. But mostly it will take place in the present.
Nice. Yeah. I like it. Let me go to a classmate. Any final questions?
Yeah, I guess I wanted to ask, but there's so many questions to ask on that front. But maybe one last question is, any words of wisdom for LA film students who are just starting out right now, just, first few months in the school, what we should be looking out for, or, in terms of and how we go about it?
I would say look for your like-minded classmates, get a team together and just film some stuff. Build up that resume of just film work. I feel like when you're still a student, you're still learning and finding yourself and what you want to do in the industry and this, that, and third. So I'll explore as well. Because you have those opportunities to explore a bunch of different positions and then find what best works for you and pursue it. I mean, chase your dreams. You're here for a reason, right? So shoot, go for it.
Appreciate it.
I like that. Yeah. Thank you so much. This has been a great talk. It's short. It's been sweet. It's been really great. I appreciate this. I feel like I know you a little bit better, Daniel. So I'm going to be sending you some stuff. I'm like, what's your opinion on this, mentor?
Please. I got you. No worries. I appreciate that. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Excellent.
I'm kind of new with this. Live, so I appreciate the opportunity. For real.
Absolutely. So we're going to upload this and we'll talk more about it. Classmate, anything else before we head out?
I'm all good. I appreciate your time, Daniel. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Have
a good one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.